Okay, so if you got your logo here in Illustrator, and whatever your colors are for your logo, spot color, I assume. I don't know how rigid that is, but anyway, if you got your spot color over here in your swatches and you want to start working in InDesign, you just save swatch library as ASE, okay, and you can put it, I'm not going to put it there because I want to access it quick, so I'm gonna call it KS Teal and just save it to my desktop. Okay. And then I'm gonna get rid of these because all right. And then when I want to start setting up my collateral for this branding, I can go to load swatches, KS Teal, open that, and there it is. Is it still a spot? Yes, it is. All right, the numbers have remained consistent in the CMYK build of that spot. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. And then you can just work with that spot color. Moving forward, where'd they go? Where'd the swatches go? Window, color, swatches. Well, they're back there somewhere. There they are. All right, so now I can choose that swatch, and I know it's consistent between Illustrator and InDesign. And I'm gonna try to show you real quick how I'm recommending setting these collateral files up in InDesign. I'm not sure if Lisa and I want to make this a requirement or if this is just a recommendation. So depending on how everybody's working, how we want you to work. So we'll get to that later. But here's my recommendation. So you've placed your logo from Illustrator into InDesign on a basic 8.5 by 11. Okay, so we're just going to duplicate that, and let's see. I want to make a letterhead out of this, so I am going to just do it very quickly. And of course, it should be a little bit bigger there. Okay. Do it real quick. This is not necessarily how I'm recommending you design the letterhead. This is real basic. And get some contact information over here. All right, and then we'll throw a little something down there for fun. All right, so yeah, and there you've got a letterhead. Okay, real basic. Oh gosh, okay, let's get rid of that black outline. Yeah, okay, there. Basic, simple. All right, now here's where it gets fun. Let's set up the business card. Duplicate that spread, and you've pretty much got all your information for your business card here. What about the size? Well, I can't resize my different pages in InDesign. Yes, you can. Go to Page Tool. Click on Page Tool. Click on the page that you want to resize. Go up here. What's the size of a business card? Everybody knows, of course, it is 3.5 by 2. And there's your business card. Where'd my logo go? It's around here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna stick my logo on there and some information. This is seriously just very rough, so I'm just mainly showing you how to resize pages. Okay, so there's your business card front. Okay. Or in Crystal's case, actually, I think she just had her logo on the front, and then we want a back of the business card, so just duplicate that. And now we can add that contact information and put a couple of stripes down the side, I guess. And then all right, there's that. There's the back of your business card. So you got your front and your back. Up here they look kind of weird. Over here they definitely look weird because they look like they're bigger than the letterheads, but they're really not. If you scroll up, you'll see there's your there's your logo, there's your letterhead, there's your business card. Now we're going to set up envelope size. What size envelope are we going to do? I don't know. Let's do a standard business size envelope. That's a cool idea. What size is a standard business size envelope? I don't know. Let's Google it. And I think I put in Moodle to use another number 10 size envelope, regular envelopes, 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. The classic U.S. envelope size for business purposes. So hey, let's stick with that one. What did I say? 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. All right, let's do that. It's a quick and easy Google. All right, so again, we go to our page tool. Oh, page tool. Yeah, click on that. Oh, we got to duplicate a page here first. So let's create a new page. Duplicate. So let's make sure we still got our page tool. Click on that. Go up here. Now we want, what did we say? 9 1/8, which everybody knows is 9.125. What did I say, about 4 1/2, right? I forget. So I'll probably look it back up. Huh, I did the wrong page there. All right, let's rethink that. So we got our front of our business card. We got the front of our business card, the back of our business card, and then this is the new page we just created. So let's select our page tool. Make sure we've got that one highlighted. Okay, that was the problem. So make sure the last one is highlighted. Now 9.125 by what, 4 1/2, 4 1/4, I can't remember. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to refer back. 4 1/8 by 9 1/2. Okay, so 4. Oh, okay. 4 1/8 by 9. So, all right. 9 1/2 by 4.125. All right. So there's your envelope size in InDesign. Okay, now we'll just kind of rearrange some things on the envelope. I don't want any of this fancy stuff. Maybe we stick a logo on there and name and an address. Do we put our phone number on the envelope? No, we do not. So do we put our email on the envelope? No, not generally speaking. And we put it up here, and if we need to know postal regulations, I know enough to keep it simple. And over here to the left, and if I want to get fancy, what do? If I want to get fancy, let's see, let's do it simple first. I don't know what the zip is here. Anyway, there's your basic envelope. That's all you need. Now, if you want to get crazy, say, hey, United States Postal Service. It's a number 10 envelope, number 10 envelope guidelines. Oh, well, maybe that was, let's see. There we go, right here. So what am I going to do with that? I'm literally going to take it. I might have to go off our recording here to do this. See if I can pull it off. Pull it in here. Didn't like that. Nope. Okay. I took us to overnight prints. What a coincidence. All right, so where's number 10? There it is. They're calling it a 4x9 because whatever. Can't get it over there. All right. Now let's do a screenshot of it then. That's not a very good screenshot. Let's do a screenshot of it, and then bring it in. Working with one monitor is difficult. All right, desktop. Bring it in here, line it up with your actual page size so that it's pretty close. As I said in our class Tuesday, I like to be a little bit extra careful with my margins and guidelines and stuff, and I come in a little even from the designated margins. So the yellow, okay, so the red, or the whatever color you want to call that, the salmon color, is where you want to stay away from. You can't put anything near there. So just don't put anything in that area. And if you start putting stuff over here, just be real careful. Taking a chance on something being rejected. The post office is not 100% perfect and not 100% consistent. So for now, I would keep it just like this. Be careful about stripes that are going to, like those graphics we put on the business card. If you put them over here, it's getting real sketchy. If you don't want to put them on the bottom because that'll interfere with the barcode. Certainly don't want to put anything where the stamp goes. So there's a lot of information down here that the post office uses and that they need machines to read, cameras to read very quickly. So anytime you interfere with that information, it's going to slow up or get rejected. So there you have it. All right, so that's how to set up different size pages in InDesign. You can see over here, we've got multiple page sizes, and that's all your collateral in one InDesign document. And then you can just say File, Export, and you export that as a PDF. And that's what we want turned in after class for, I think, Sunday. I don't know. I have to look. All right, and now you're like, but we've got to put these this envelope and this letterhead and everything into our portfolio booklet that we just set up. And how's that going to work? Well, here's one way to do it. There's a couple different ways to do it. Here's the way I'm going to show you right now. You can come up with a better way, a different way, ask around, ask Lisa, ask Lauren, ask Carrie. She'll pop in every once in a while. So here's what I'm going to do. You've got your collateral InDesign document. I'm going to export JPEG. So what's that's going to do is it's going to take each of these pages that you've created and create a JPEG, an individual JPEG from each of them. So I'm going to do that real quick. So now, as you can see, I've got these 5 JPEGs, including the logo. And I can just, oh, no, you can't see that because it's not in the window, is it? All right, so they're on my desktop. I got 2 monitors, sorry. And I'm going to just drag those into here because I want to kind of keep them all together. Why? Because I would like to keep them to scale and scale them all at the same size. So let me view this so you can see what's going on with the normal. So I just placed the business card, the letterhead, or both the business cards, the letterhead, and the envelope in here. And they obviously, like, everything's way too big. So I'm going to select everything. And I'm going to scale it down using Shift. Shift. That didn't work. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to scale them all down using Shift. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got to be over here. That's what the problem is. All right, there's a logo too. Using Shift, Option, Command. Shift, Option, Command. I'm going to take them down. And really the biggest one's going to be the letterhead. So try to visualize your letterhead right here. And we'll probably go a little bit bigger than that. Why? Because we can run off the page a little bit with it. I'm going to make it even a little bit bigger, maybe about to right there. All right, so now I'm going to ignore this logo over here for a minute, and I'm going to take a look at what I got. I got the letterhead, I got the big logo again. Okay, get rid of that. I've got the envelope, and I got the front of the business card. So what I'm going to do is bring the letterhead is the biggest thing, so I'm going to bring it in first. And I'm going to get kind of a visual going on for this. And there's the envelope, there's the business card. So what I think I might do with this is take them and give them a little rotation. I'm sure you guys have seen things presented like this before. Make sure you get the important parts in there. So, and then I'm just going to roughen envelopes, kind of floating over top of that. And maybe, let's see, bring the front of the business card to the front and have these kind of floating over the envelope because there's some dead space down there that it doesn't matter if I cover it up. So that looks pretty kind of cool, right? But what happens when I go to preview? Whoa, everything's white on white. So there's a couple different options. Obviously, I could add a drop shadow, but that may not be quite enough. Well, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to add some drop shadows to these. Object, effects, drop shadow. And this, 75% is too much. I don't want it really that dark. I don't want it that big, so I'm going to pull all these numbers back. What was that? Yeah. So I'm like, well, that's not quite enough. It just kind of a subtle light drop shadow, not too dark. Same thing with the envelope. And as the items get smaller, your drop shadow probably wants to get smaller as well. Unless you don't want things looking like they're floating too much. I think you can select multiple items and do this at the same time. Yeah, so, and then, that's not quite enough. So there we go. Some nice, simple little drop shadows. Kind of looks like you got separate items, but they're in the same environment. We love this, but it's like still not really happy because these tops and edges are disappearing where there's no drop shadow. So should we just put a drop shadow around the whole thing? Nah, we shouldn't do that. What we could do is just go to the background and add a big space of color back there. Do I want a large, giant, super dark background? No, you know me, I don't. So I'm going to bring that back. You really don't need much just to define these lines here. So I brought that back to 12% black, and that's plenty to define those lines. And there you have a nice little simple presentation for your collateral. Now, what I've also done in the past is sort of the same thing with you can even get real fancy with another rectangle over. Let's say that envelope is kind of disappearing into the letterhead there. So I'm going to do the same idea here. I'm going to get a little bit different with it though. Because I actually want this to be a transparency, not a. So now it's just slightly, ever so slightly darker. That doesn't mean that the color on the letterhead is darker. That just means that there's maybe some shadows going on there, that you could even bring it down like 5% there, and it kind of defines that line for your envelope there. But this is all kind of, a lot of this is personal preference, and it's kind of working with your individual files and seeing how they work, seeing how it all works together, and seeing what you need to bring out more and what you need to kind of back off a little bit more. So that's that.